Hi guys, so it's 7 a.m. in the morning and I decided I'm gonna take you along today. I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna drop my daughter at school and then I'm gonna come home and we're gonna juice a little bit and we're gonna make something delicious. So yeah, stay tuned and I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do today. Hi babies. Hi. Hi my cutenesses. Hello. Aw, good boy. Okay, so first I'm gonna go ahead and use up all these apples. Some of these apples, they actually went bad already, so I really need to use them up. I had so many for some reason. Yeah, so I'm just gonna go ahead and juice my apples and juice my celery here, and I'm gonna have it for the next couple of days. I'm just gonna store it in the fridge. So I'll have a little bit of this apple juice. It was so delicious, of course. I try not to drink too many fruit juices. I prefer to eat fruit as a whole, but sometimes, once in a while, I do enjoy a cup or two of some sort of fruit juice and some sort of vegetable juice. As you can see here, I'm just trying to juice all my celery, and I had leftover carrots also. So I'm gonna go ahead and kind of strain it a little bit because the juicer still has some sort of pulp coming out, and I wanted to have like a nice and smooth juice. Okay, so now I'm not gonna get rid of this pulp, so stay tuned and I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna make. So I decided to make this savory wraps. So I use up basically whatever celery pulp I had and carrot pulp, and I also used that apple pulp. I decided to add 1 onion and a little bit of these dates. You gotta always make sure to check your dates because some of them are really bad on the inside. Not all the time, but it happens. So every time I use a date, I make sure I open and check inside. And now I'm just gonna add a little bit of this flax seeds and some psyllium husks. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and give it all a nice mix. And I'm gonna go ahead and spread it on these trays, and I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the dehydrator. And I'm basically gonna leave it alone for like 14 hours or maybe even more. I'm just gonna check periodically to make sure it's not too dry, and I'm gonna use up leftover of this pulp. I'm gonna do the same thing for the next few batches. So out of all this pulp that I had about 2 big blenders full of this batter, I guess. So in total I had about 4 trays of wraps. By the way, this wrap technique I saw on Lisa from Raw Food Romance. If you don't know, she has so many amazing recipes, and sometimes I like to experiment in the kitchen, and yeah, that's what I did. Basically, I saw her making these amazing wraps, but in this video I didn't follow her recipe. I just used basically my leftover pulp, as you can see, and some psyllium husk and some ground flax seeds. Basically I did leave these wraps alone and I did not flip them to the other side. I just let them be. So that was the technique that Lisa discovered, and yeah, it's a great idea because your wraps are not going to be super dry. They work so much better this way. So thank you, Lisa. Now remember the buckwheat and quinoa that I was soaking overnight? I decided to make crackers from that. So all I did is I just added my buckwheat to the blender with a little bit of salt and a little bit of water. I'm gonna leave all the recipes in the description, so check it out there. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and add some of these ground flax seeds as well, and I give it a quick blend. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm also gonna use this dehydrator sheet and I'm just gonna pour it on top. I'm gonna spread it nicely, more or less evenly, and I'm gonna put it in the dehydrator. And I'm gonna do kind of the same thing with quinoa, but I decided to add a couple more things like lemon juice. Also added some garlic powder just for a little bit of a different kind of flavor, and of course some water. So just the same thing, just blend it up. So I blended, added ground flax seeds, blended a tiny bit again. I'm just gonna go ahead and spread it around. The same thing I did with buckwheat, just kind of make it as even as possible. And I decided to sprinkle a little bit of leftover quinoa on top. And here we go. All our trays are in the dehydrator and we're ready to dry them out. Okay, here I am. I'm just gonna quickly do a cleanup here because I don't want the house to be a disaster again. So yeah, I haven't even had a chance to have any breakfast, so I decided to have this green juice that I made, and it was very, very hydrating. It was very delicious. It was very energizing. And after that, I decided to, of course, peel more bananas because, you know, you gotta keep your bananas ready at all times. Okay, let me show you what I'm gonna make next here. So here's what I'm gonna have for my next meal. I decided to make this salsa. So I have a whole bunch of tomatoes. I decided to use my food processor to process them. It turned out to be too juicy, so yeah, I should have strained it a little bit at the end, but it's okay. It was still delicious. So I had my jalapeno, I had my bell peppers, garlic, onion, lime, and I also put some cilantro. So I did like a few batches because my food processor is kind of tiny. So I did my tomatoes, my bell peppers, everything, and mix it all together, and it tasted really, really good actually. Okay, so the next ingredient I'm going to use, I'm gonna mash these avocados. I had a whole bunch of avocados ready. So I'm gonna use my romaine lettuce as like romaine lettuce boats or tacos or whatever. So I just used a little bit of that avocado and I added my delicious salsa and cilantro on top, and yeah, that was my lunch. So good. Okay guys, I had my delicious lunch, all these delicious lettuce boats or whatever the name is. They were so good, and all those chocolate balls, they were delicious too. So now after eating that lunch, I'm gonna go and pick up my little one, and I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna eat for dinner soon. Okay guys, the moment of truth, okay? So these are the buckwheat crackers. They've been drying for quite a few hours already, about 10 hours so far. Looks like they are ready, they are nice and dry, and you can use them with any dip that I like, or you can just like sprinkle them on your favorite salad or something to use instead of like croutons. And these are the quinoa crackers. Looks like they are ready as well. So good guys. I'm just gonna go ahead and store them in the airtight container so they don't absorb the moisture from the air. Okay, now let's move on to our wraps. Here is the wrap. This is what it looks like. It looks like I was able to peel it without tearing it apart. So I decided to load it up with all my fruits, greens, and vegetables and some herbs. So I had some more romaine leaves, I had some bell peppers, I had green scallions, and I decided to add some avocado and carrots. And now I'm just gonna make like a sour cream, I guess. So I already had this cashew cream in my fridge sitting, and I just added some extra lemon juice on top, and yeah, just mix it up on it and it's ready. So here we go. We have I added my salsa, I added the sour cream. Yeah, I made a big mess. but it was a very delicious mess. I think I overloaded this wrap. I should have put like a little bit less stuff, but I was so hungry. So yeah, I just wanted to make sure I have enough food. Okay, so here we go. These are the wraps. It was a very messy process of eating, but it was still delicious. Moving on to my last meal of the day, I didn't want to make anything crazy, so I decided to just chop up some apples, and I opened this jar of almond butter and I just said apple with almond butter. Sometimes I like to have some sort of nut butter with my apples. It's delicious, and I don't really like react to it. Like, I know some people cannot mix like nut butters and fruits, but I feel okay eating apples and almond butter. So yeah, that was my last meal of the day. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to click on the like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done it already. I would really like to have you here. And once again, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.